Hi, happy July. This is a very precious time in July where the intensity of the stimulation that we had going on in June kind of dives underground for a little bit. Now, that doesn't mean we don't feel it and that we're not getting stimulated by it, but it has an undercurrent as opposed to blatantly obvious in your face. The best way to work with the energies of July is to really look at vulnerability. How do you feel when you let yourself be open and vulnerable? How do you notice how that affects your capacity to attune to your guidance? Vulnerability and surrender are key ingredients to help us open and go inward and be willing to give up our agenda or our will or our position to be able to allow our guidance to inform us as to another perspective. And that's really, really important, especially in the month of July and as we progress through the year, of being able to hold another perspective on the things that we're seeing. And so our guidance can provide us usually a nice, expansive viewpoint and then tips and tools on how to work with what's happening. So the other things to look out for in July is synchronicities and coincidences. It is said that coincidences are synchronicities that hold deep meaning. So pay attention to your world and see what happens when you notice things coming together. Synchronicity is a way of the universe communicating with us to let us know we're on target, we're being heard. Some of you might notice this when you're looking at the clock. It keeps coming up as 4:44 or 2:22 or 2:12 or 3:13. You know, when numbers line up, it's sort of like an encoding from the universe to our DNA saying alignment, alignment, alignment. So we're going to keep this video short because there's so much written in the newsletter for July. We basically want to focus in on vulnerability to our own guidance, surrendering to be able to listen and give up our position or opinion about circumstances, conditions, appearing realities. And then we want to look for the coincidences and synchronicities in our lives as ways where our guidance is getting back to us with feedback about our requests. And remember, the stimulation that's bringing up all the deeper material to work on, the stuff you haven't completed yet in this lifetime, that's still happening. It's just happening in a deeper current, so it's not as obvious. So look out for the subtleties in how you respond or react in relationships and in circumstances and conditions. And I hope that you can glean more from the July newsletter. Thanks for tuning in and blessings. Happy July.